English Leap Podcast.
From Learn English through real debates.
Welcome to our podcast debate. Today, we talk about whether a university degree or practical work experience matters more for success.
Yes, really interesting. Our question is, which is more important, a strong academic background or real work experience, right now?
Exactly. I mean, in simple terms, education gives a clear, structured understanding. A degree outlines procedures in a way that helps you learn complex ideas.
I see your point, but let me tell you, practical experience shows you how to apply knowledge in real life. It teaches skills that you cannot learn just from textbooks.
Right. But
Yep.
A university degree is not just about the books. It builds your academic background and gives you scholarship opportunities that can open many doors.
True, but think about it. In other words, working on projects and real tasks teaches you habits. Habits shape our professional growth and develop practical skills that are needed on the job.
Let me explain. When you study at a university, you get a foundation in theory. The more you learn academically, the more you build a strong base for new knowledge. That's why many employers ask for a degree.
Actually, I don't think so. Many employers now want to see what you can really do instead of only looking at diplomas. For instance, real work experience shows you can handle challenges.
But, to be honest, a degree teaches you critical thinking in a structured way. In simple terms, it teaches you to solve problems by following clear steps.
Really? In my view, working in a job lets you learn from mistakes quickly. It is like learning on the spot. Let's say you start a project and then adjust as you learn.
That's interesting. However, I believe universities also teach important skills like research and analysis. For example, academic projects and tests prepare you for complex issues.
I see what you mean, but practical work gives you chance to practice daily skills. Up front, you learn procedures that can be very useful in jobs.
Yes, exactly. The more you invest in your education, the more opportunities you create for the future. A strong academic background is like a passport for many careers.
All right, but still, the most ideal thing is to have a blend. I mean, real projects and internships show that you understand work processes and can solve real problems.
I agree that both are important. Still, universities provide the environment for deep learning. In simple terms, they allow you to focus on studies and gain expertise without work distractions.
Exactly, but practical experience is often gained by working and learning simultaneously. Instead of sitting in a classroom all day, you get your hands on tasks, which, in other words, teaches you more about the real world.
I understand, yet many academic courses also include lab work and group projects. That is, not only theory, but also practice. And these help to build your academic portfolio.
Oh, I see what you mean. But when you actually work, you learn soft skills like teamwork and time management. For example, handling work stress and meeting deadlines are lessons you get from experience.
Right, but academic life also teaches you to plan and organize. Universities often have clear outlines, procedures for assignments and exams. This builds discipline over time.
True, but then again, let me explain. Habits shape our careers. When you are on the job, you learn habits that improve your performance directly. The more you practice, the more confident you become.
I mean, in simple terms, a degree works as a long-term investment in your future. It gives you credibility. And to be more specific, many fields require formal education before you even start.
Yes, though I think many companies now focus on what people can do and not just on diplomas. You know, they see skills and achievements from projects.
Exactly. But consider this. A university also offers a network of professionals, mentors, and peers. This academic background can be very helpful later in life.
Interesting. But I'm curious. Doesn't practical experience also offer networking? Often when you work, you build contacts, which is very useful for future growth.
Yes, indeed. In simple terms, both paths offer different kinds of networks. However, scholarship opportunities and academic recognition add a formal weight to your resume.
Right, but having badges of practical success can be just as convincing. Instead of academic grades, employers may prefer portfolios and project experiences that show real skills.
I see that. Yet, let me tell you, academic research and studies often lead to innovations. Up front, a solid degree can help you think deeply and approach problems logically.
I get that, but I have to ask, can you really measure real-life problem solving with grades? In simple terms, while grades show study, they may not prove you can work in a fast-changing world.
That's a good point. However, universities also include case studies and team projects which try to mimic real challenges. I mean, these experiences are designed to train you for the work environment.
Exactly, but on the other hand, nothing beats the lessons you learn from everyday work. For example, when problems occur unexpectedly, you have to adapt quickly.
All right, I see what you mean. Different people learn in different ways. Some need structured learning and theory, while others learn best through hands-on work.
Yes, really. And as I was saying, the more you work, the more skills you gain, the more you try, the more you learn from your mistakes.
And to be honest, the more you study, the more you build a strong foundation for your career. In other words, both paths offer unique benefits that can lead to success.
I agree. It depends on the field and personal choice. For some, academic degrees are necessary. For others, experience matters more.
Exactly. For example, in medicine and law, a degree is a must. But in creative fields, practical experience and portfolios can be more important.
That's why many people think the most ideal thing is a mix of both. A proper academic background combined with on-the-job learning can be the best path forward.
Absolutely. Now, let me explain further. Universities give you theory, which helps to understand why things work a certain way. At the end of the day, that can make a big difference in solving complex problems.
True, but having worked through problems in real time teaches you how to adjust quickly. Instead of waiting for exams, you get real feedback from work every day.
Yeah, that is a good point. Still, academic degrees often require you to follow detailed outlines procedures in courses. This helps build discipline and deep knowledge, which can be very valuable later on.
I see what you mean, and by the way, clear procedures are important. However, let me ask you, do practical experiences offer the same level of formal feedback? Often, the real world is more forgiving and flexible.
That's true, but structure is also important for growth. For example, having scholarship opportunities and academic goals pushes many to reach their potential. In simple terms, a degree shows you can commit to long-term projects.
I get that. But to be specific, real projects force you to learn from failures fast. And, as I was saying, habits shape our work ethics and professional skills in a way that degrees might not fully capture.
In other words, both education and real work are essential. They support each other. I mean, investing time in study now can pay off later, and real work brings that learning to life.
Yes, that's right. At the same time, I think it is crucial to value what people can do with their hands and minds. When you combine both, you get a well-rounded professional.
So, for you, what is more important, a degree or experience?
And for you, what is more important, a degree or experience?
Your progress doesn't end here. To keep improving your speaking and listening skills, explore more debates by clicking on the next video.